What is up, my lovely Leos? I am Meg, your Elemental Empress here, to do your reading from the 13th to the 15th. And I'm doing these short readings because I really want to keep up on the astrology and, as it goes day by day and, like, the crazy energy that's coming out of it, because we're moving into, like, really crazy astrological events, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to have Chiron switching into Aries on April 15th, which is a lot, and it's a lot of heavy energy. And on the last days of, like, a planet's movement, when it moves so slow, well, it's a asteroid. So when it moves so slow, right? There's a lot of death throes, so it's gonna really bring out, like, wounds that we need to heal, especially in Pisces, right? So Pisces is really deep and really emotional and really within, and then we have Jupiter that's gone retrograde, that's really within. And these next 2 days, we have these two squares. So we had a square this morning with Saturn and Venus. So Saturn and Venus, it makes it harder to do your creative endeavors, right? Which I totally felt today, because my phone was not working, and it also has to do with the Mercury shadow period of the retrograde, which, can be by far worse. But so a lot of mechanical things and stuff won't be working. There's going to be some frustration. We have two squares, and right now, as this is coming out, there's a trine, a beautiful trine with Jupiter, for, like, creative endeavors, things like that, So there is beauty beyond the squares. And tomorrow, on the 14th, we're going to have a square between Mars and Chiron. So the square between Mars and Chiron is really going to make you, like, actively think about your wounds or the wounds of others, right? Because Chiron is the wounded healer, and it might bring about, like, a lot of murkiness, heaviness, but you can work through that and stay with it. We got the Pisces new moon, which is coming up, and I'm giving a little bit of homework to, my friends who watch this channel, because it's really good, with this new moon, it's like super manifestation, so what you really want to do is just take out a piece of paper and put, I'm really happy that I have whatever you want, right? So, and to feel that, to read that paper and actually feel it for a minute so that you can manifest it. And if you can't see, like, the long haul, then, what do you want to manifest in the next 28 days, right? You can start with something small, but what do you want to manifest in the next 28 days? And that's really good. And then the other thing that I wanted to address is the fact that, I had a couple trolls. I appreciate constructive criticism. Like, I just started putting my face on camera not too long ago. But, trolls is another thing, and I do have to look off camera sometimes. And a lot of it has to do with my notes, right? I have notes about your astrology. And, and if, for my trolls, like, if I didn't have my notes about your astrology, we'd have no idea where Uranus is. Yeah. So you want to find that, right? So, yeah. And then, looking off camera as well, I don't know if you've ever been to a medium, if you know one or whatever, but we tend to look away as we get information. Okay? So, there. That being said, let's pull some cards for you. Alright, so I have the Tarot of the Tattoo Age to oversee your reading. Right, pull one card. Okay, and we have the Page of Pentacles. It's usually someone heralding in new work, right? It could be a younger Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Usually, you could say Capricorn, because we try to give Capricorn this one because they got the devil. You don't know what I mean. But it could be a younger Capricorn. It could also be, new work coming in. You hearing about new work, which is always good, right? Okay, my Leos. And then I have the Bonfire Tarot for you. His Agnes something, but I have my box downstairs, so if you like it, then just look it up on Google. I think I got it from Amazon, but it's fantastic. Some more tattoo art cards. Alright. Okay, so you have the Emperor, right? So the Emperor, it could be, you know, an older male to you. It could be a father figure to you. Also, the Emperor represents the ideal husband, you know, and he's definitely about, you know, security and things like that. And him in the upright is actually a very good card. Okay, so let's check it out. All right, so in your foundation, you have the Six of Wands, but it came out in the reverse. So, you know, somebody didn't get the recognition that they probably, you know, were working for or deserved, right? It absolutely could be, you know, an older fire sign to you. And you have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse as well, right? So if you have Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn in your chart, then you might be feeling a little bit down, right? Or if you have this person around you, like they could be feeling a little bit down, or you could feel like, you know, this person was being greedy, you know? But she doesn't have to be like a greedy, nasty person. Okay, so, alright. Gemini, I believe, got nearly the same with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Five, here it is in the upright, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, right? They're in the same positions. And I've done, you know, a couple videos since then, so it's not like they're... Alright, so then you have... This is positive. So then you have the Ace of Wands, right? So that's great. That's your next step. And there's like coming out of this Queen of Pentacles, I think the same thing for Gemini. If you have anything to do with the Gemini, go check out that reading. This Queen of Pentacles, whether it's in your chart or it's someone around you, right? They're coming out of, or maybe even helping you out of, you know, being left out in the cold. You're coming back, you're financially getting stable, right? And you have this creative, like, beautiful creative idea, right? It's like the divine spark that starts the fire, you know what I mean? So, it's like the first fire of man, you know? The creation. So we're going to check it out with the, let me see what's on the bottom. My nails are getting in the way. Okay, so you have the Magician reverse. So there was some deceit. I'm gonna leave that guy out. There was some deceit in the past, and that's he's a nasty guy. I'm gonna clarify him first, because that's kind of how we got here, right? Okay, so all right, these cards are funny, right? I put them in the upright. I constantly put them back in the upright. This guy came out reversed, and that is the Magician again. So you definitely had some deceit. Somebody was like trying to create like deceit in the background. Oof. Okay. So yeah, so you were fighting with someone who was absolutely just treacherous, lying, trying to create situations out of nothing. I don't think it's this Emperor here. It could be the Queen of Pentacles, but I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, so with the Emperor, you definitely could be dealing with somebody older, an older man who's the sign of Aries, right? Because the Emperor a lot of times is denoted to Aries anyway, but you got the Fool with him. Okay, so with the Six of Wands in the reverse, you get the Six of Pentacles, right? So sixes are indicative of family, so this could be a family situation for sure. Let's see. All right, so yeah, I was just telling you, she's coming out of this. This is the Five of Pentacles I pulled for the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. But the next step, right? So if you know this person or you are this person because you have that in your chart, right, is coming out of the cold and regaining your finances and feeling stable. And you have this beautiful, like, creative idea. Let's check out up here. Okay. So you got three fives. Now, 3 5, they're not the 10s, but they're indicative of change. It's a pivotal point of change, right? So, and somebody could be coming out of the cold, like, through marriage. I'm seeing this, like, to an older man, right? To an older man, or maybe even like somebody coming back to their dad for financial gain. All right, so then we got the King of Pentacles, right, with the Ace of Wands. So you could absolutely be dealing with a couple. If you have any kind of earth in your chart, like this, this is like a couple, and I don't care if it's male, male, female, female. If I see a king and a queen, that's the couple, right? So we got this queen that's coming out of, she's coming out of the cold. She was the one that was like cast aside. All right, okay. So you got the Ace of Cups with the, and I always say what falls to the floor comes to the door, right? So that fell to the floor. So the Ace of Cups with the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So this is an absolute, like, new beginning. This is a win, Leo. All right, and if you have, I mean, you had fighting in the past, you had, like, treachery, and it doesn't even have to be it could just be, like, a bunch of nasty situations because you have, and there's a 5 over here, too, so you have 4 5s, right? So there's a lot of change, like, a lot of upheaval, and, a lot of people, I'm getting, like, it was, like, inward, but for you, this was outward. There was something big that happened, and now, like, you or somebody right around you is straightening out their lives. And, with, you got the Queen of Cups, right? So, if you have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in your chart, this could be you, right? And I would say the King of Cups could be a man who's emotionally ready for a relationship. Now, this could be you if you have Earth in your chart, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. This could absolutely be you. Like, there was treachery before, you're coming out of it now. The Hierophant here, and it's also the sign of Taurus, right? With the King of Pentacles, so he could absolutely have to do with you coming out of the cold, right? And I just want to pull one more on the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Empress, right? So a lot of people just denote Aries and Taurus to her, but I denote Leo as well, and sometimes Virgo. So if you're the female Leo and you have any Earth in your chart, I'd say you look fantastic, babe. Like, you didn't have the right stuff before, but it looks like you got together, with someone, and it's going to be a win, right? So that's great. Great reading, Leo. Okay, so if you like that, then like and share and subscribe to my channel. I also have the Facebook channel. Go over there and like it. It's Elemental Empress Tarot. And if you like it and I get enough likes, I'm going to be going live, baby. All right, I appreciate every one of you guys. Take it easy.